The memories I have of Vietnam, watching it on TV in the evening, and you know, I was in high school and I knew I would be going to Vietnam. I could just tell. You know, I started to think about it and talk about it with friends of mine and things, and we weren't sure about what it was all about. You know, we had a feeling that it wasn't a matter of fighting Hitler or something. It was kind of invading this tiny country in Asia, and that, you know, we were going to be going. You know, most of us, we figured. And sure, I went to college for a year, and I wasn't, you know, it just wasn't working for me, and I wanted to switch to art school. And as I transferred, the summer I transferred, I got drafted. I was 18, and went through training. You know, I'd become somewhat of an anti-war person before in the process, you know, and went through training, AIT, straight to Vietnam, 16 days at home. And I got to Vietnam and I took a look around and I could see that it was bad news. It looked very weird and very wicked, and I got sent to a unit, the Quarter Cav, and but they had an armor division, sort of augmenting the helicopters, I suppose. And I was in that, and I was wounded in Vietnam. I was wounded in the hand, and after being there for 6 months, and my thumb was more blown off, but they were able to reattach it and reattach so it would work. And I got on the street at home, and I just didn't know what to do with myself. I spent 40 maybe years trying to get my feet on the ground. I never had a job of over a year's length until this last job I had, which lasted quite a while. It was only in the summertime, and it was easy for me in the sense that I was mostly by myself working at a nursery. And when the economy kind of sinked a little bit, you know, about 10 or so years ago, I had a nervous breakdown because I got laid off and I just couldn't face looking for a job. And I went out to the VA and I couldn't really get them to help me outside of, they did give me a list of things that I needed to do. So I had to spend my own money and go see a psychiatrist and get a diagnosis of this PTSD that I have. And so now I get money every month, and so I'm able to live, and I'm an artist. I'm able to live, and so here I am today, and you know, the war, you know, the moral injuries, and you know, just like the shell shock. My grandfather was in the First World War. I had an uncle that was shell shocked so bad and burned from mustard gas. He had been a concert pianist, and he had to give that career up and just lived in, you know, with his sister and never went out, you know, unless he absolutely had to. I'm, you know, very anti-war, and I feel sorry for these. You know, another thing that contributed to the breakdown was the breakout of the first Iraq War. It was in the same time. I feel so sorry for all the soldiers and all the civilians affected by this war. I wish that we could work out a way of, you know, through diplomacy or something to work our differences out. And yeah, and that's me. I don't know if you got any other questions you can ask.